questions. I think that is a confusion in the mind of the customers. I should not say confusion, it is apprehensions. So I am...
Anirban Ghosh, Executive Director and State Head, Maharashtra State Office, Indian Oil. We have Sri Sanjay Semwal, he is the General Manager Retail Sales, Maharashtra State Office. Retail Sales looks after all our petrol pumps. Sri Bhavin Rade is the Divisional LPG Sales Head of Pune Division Office, looking after LPG of this area. Then we have Sri Sunil Kanta Maharana, he is your Goa person only, he is the Divisional Retail Sales Head of Goa and he is the State Level Coordinator of Oil Industry. And I, Suresh Iyer, Deputy General Manager, Corporate Communication, Indian Oil Mumbai. I heartily welcome all of you. Normally, we used to meet Goa media every year and we used to apprise you of all the situation, what is happening in Goa. Normally some event or other used to be there, but pandemic has created a big vacuum and we are meeting after 3 years and I hope things will continue like this and things will improve also. First, we'll start with the launching of 2 products. One is Extra Green and XP95. I know Goa is a very eco-sensitive place and Extra Green is one of the products which we'll touch upon as to how friendly it is for the environment. We have Sri Brahmanand Petroleum in a place called Priol, which is nearby. And we'll go over to the petrol pump where we have Sri Ashish Kumar Jain, Senior Manager, CC and Retail Sales, Goa DO. And he'll brief on the activities that's happening there. Over to you, Ashish.
Respected Anirban Ghosh sir, Executive Director and State Head, Maharashtra State Office, Sanjay Semwal sir, GMRS, Maharashtra State Office, other dignitaries of the dais, and customers present at Brahmanand Petroleum. We are at Brahmanand Petroleum and we are launching Extra Green product, which is a differentiated HFD, which gives the fuel economy of around 5 to 6% addition over the normal diesel, and it is beneficial for the environment because it reduces the harmful emission. So today we are launching this product at this retail outlet, Brahmanand Petroleum. Now we have first customer, just 2 minutes back he has come. That customer has come and we are starting the fueling. So may I have the permission of our Executive Director and State Head to start the sales from the retail outlet?
Yes, Ashish, go ahead.
Sir, please.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this is the first customer. We are at Brahmanand Petroleum. तो आप बताएंगे थोड़ा सा इस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में? आपका क्या नाम है?
मेरा अनिल कुमार है।
आपको ये प्रोडक्ट का हमने जब बोला था, आपने बोला कि मेरे को पता है। तो आप बताना चाहेंगे कि क्या आपको पता है इस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में?
पता है।
तो आप कैसे जानते हैं प्रोडक्ट?
2-3 महीने का पहले मैं डाला था पंजी में, तो मेरे को अच्छा लगा, लेकिन वो 2-3 बार डालने के बाद बहुत अच्छा आवाज देते हैं और गाड़ी तो स्मूथ चलते है।
अच्छा, तो आपने पहली बार ये पंजी में डाला था?
पंजी में।
तो अभी ये प्रोडक्ट यहाँ पे अवेलेबल हो गया तो आपके लिए आसान की रही?
बहुत अच्छा हो डालने के लिए। ये तो पंजी में जाना पड़ता था, इधर नहीं होता था। वो अच्छे है और
इससे आप बता रहे हैं कि इकोनॉमी में वृद्धि हुई आपकी मतलब गाड़ी की। पहले कितना माइलेज था?
पहला 11 के आसपास माइलेज था, अभी 13 प्लस होते हैं।
इसका मतलब 11 था, अभी 13 का हो रहा है। करीब करीब आपका 18% का आपका इंक्रीमेंट है।
अच्छे अच्छा, एक बार डाल के देखना मुझे, अच्छा सर्विस देते हैं वो।
आशीष, एक चीज, रेगुलर यूज करते हैं एक्स्ट्रा ग्रीन? रेगुलर यूज करते हैं? जस्ट पूछो।
रेगुलर यूज करते हैं आप ये प्रोडक्ट?
हाँ, रेगुलर यूज करते हैं। रेगुलर यूज करेगा तो ये उसमें वो फर्क मान पड़ेगा।
सर ये सेइंग कि वो रेगुलर यूज कर रहे हैं और रेगुलर यूज करेंगे तभी इसका फर्क पता चलेगा।
ओके, गुड।
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद। प्रोडक्ट यूज करने के लिए धन्यवाद। आप आपका जो
Sir, we have conveyed your thanks to the customer, sir.
and उनको बोलिएगा
And
उनका जो
now
जान पहचान
we'll
है।
go back to Panji. Over to you.
आशीष,
Sir, over to you.
Ashish, one thing
Sir.
you should tell him, whoever
Sir.
is satisfied with this product, they should tell their accomplices and जो भी जान पहचान है ये प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बताना चाहिए उनको भी। होने से अच्छा
जी
रहेगा,
सर, जी।
ग्राहकों को पता
जी,
चलेगा
सर।
ये अच्छा प्रोडक्ट के बारे में।
Yes, sir.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Yeah. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Yeah. So all the press and electronic channel representatives present here. Again, I again welcome all of you, and we'll start this function. Now I'll request our Executive Director and State Head Shri Anirban Ghosh to address the gathering. After his address, you can ask any questions pertaining to Indian Oil and its operations. Sir.
My fellow colleagues, the dais, as well as those who are sitting in the back, but my esteemed members of the fourth state of Goa, a very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Indian Oil Maharashtra and Goa State Office, I am privileged to welcome you all to this media meet at Goa. I thank you for being part of the commissioning event of the New Age High Performance Extruding, just demonstrated a couple of minutes back at one of our retail outlet, that is Mrs. Brahmanand Petroleum, that is Trial, Goa. I will take this opportunity to present a national perspective of Indian Oil. As you all know, it is a diversified integrated energy major with presence in almost all the streams of oil, gas, petrochemicals and alternate energy sources. With a net profit of 24,184 crore for the fiscal year 2021-22, Indian Oil is one of the largest and most trusted corporates in the country, touching the lives of over billions Indians. With a 33,500 plus workforce, extensive refining, distribution and marketing infrastructure and advanced R&D facilities, Indian Oil has provided energy access to millions of people across the length and breadth of the country through its ever-expanding network of customer touchpoints, currently numbering over 50,000. That includes retail, LPG mainly, and few others. Now coming to the local perspective, Indian Oil is catering to the fuel requirement of Goa through its oil installations. One is at Vasco, which is owned by Goa, and shared facilities of JDIOTL. The LPG requirement is catered through our Belgaum bottling plant. Further, Indian Oil has one aviation fuel stations at Daboli. Indian Oil has a total network of 38 retail outlets and 5 LPG distributors in Goa, ensuring uninterrupted fuel supplies at all times. In 2021-22, Indian Oil clocked highest market shares of around 38% and sold 256 TMT of fuel products at Goa. Indian Oil has been directly contributing to the economy of Goa through exchequer payments of around 438 crores during the last fiscal of 21-22. Further, as part of CapEx plans for 22-23, Indian Oil will invest around rupees 10 crores on upgradation of supply locations in the current financial years. That is a plan in short medium term. And we are also having a plan to modernize our existing supply locations at Vasco. And the investment is expected, the working is going on, and investment is expected to be to the tune of around 30 to 40 crores. Indian Oil is celebrating this year, the financial year 2022, as the year of crafting a green future. In August 2022, Indian Oil announced its intent to become net zero by 1946, the year when India enters the 100th year of its independence. The company has transitioned from a national oil and gas major to a holistic energy solutions provider with a growing portfolio of future-oriented green energy assets such as on-grid and off-grid renewable energy, natural gas, biofuels, and hydrogen. We are also investing in developing technologies for hydrogen storage, fuel cells, electric batteries, advanced biofuels, and carbon capture, utilization and storage, that is CCUS. Further, other initiatives by the corporation focusing on the cleaner and greener tomorrows include solarization of retail outlets and Indian Oil office buildings, introduction of a bouquet of differentiated branded fuels as well as lubricants and alternate fuels, etc. Continuing this momentous journey, Indian Oil today has commissioned the extra green at our retail outlets, Mrs. Brahmanath Petroleum, Prayal, Goa. I would also like to highlight the few such other green initiatives. Yes, extra green is one of them. It is the new age high performance diesel which is developed by in-house technology. Extra green increases fuel economy by 5 to 6%. It has excellent corrosion protection. It is truly green in nature as it reduces carbon dioxide emissions, carbon monoxide emissions and the NOx emissions. With the addition of today's new RO, extra green is now available in 10 outlets in Goa. To further improve its availability, we have a plan to add extra green at 6 more outlets in near future. This product, the extra green, is effectively cheaper, cleaner, as well as high performing HSD. So it is win-win product for all stakeholders. Let us come to the petrol variant. There we are having two. One is the extra premium 95. Indian Oil has launched this highly efficient and advanced petrol under the brand name of XP95, which is a 95 octane petrol and offers more power, more speed and more miles, along with increasing fuel economy by around 3.95%. Indian Oil has made XP95 available in 22 ROs in Goa and plan to add at 4 more outlets in near future. This is the highest octane rated branded fuel in its category. There is another variant, the second variant, the XP100. In fact, it is a great pleasure and pride for us to declare that Indian Oil is the first company to launch the 100 octane super premium petrol in India. In fact, India was the 7th country to have this special product, this XP100. This is the perfect fuel for very high-end and premium end cars, which offers the first acceleration, smoother drive, low engine deposits, along with significantly reduced emissions. Indian Oil has made XP100 available in 2 retail outlets in Goa. Coming to our Servo brand, the Servo lubricants. It is a super brand Servo, we call it, and it has completed its 50 years in 2022. It is India's biggest lubricant brand and enjoys a market share of more than 27% in the finished lubes. Servo has 1600 grades of lubricants and is available in more than 1700 SKUs across the country. Several notable green initiatives taken under the Servo brand in recent past, such as the green lubricants, which are fuel efficient and help reduce the total carbon dioxide emission by 10%. The green engine oil offerings have been launched in passenger car, which is called the Servo Green Mile, the heavy diesel engine, that is called the Servo Raptor, and for the two-wheelers, that is called the Servo 40 Green segment. Green copper lubricant, which is combination of engine oil, that is Servo Pride 10W30, transmission oils or technical names may be not relevant much for you, and the engine oil, excuse me. Transmission oil and the axle oil. It is a combination of these three, the engine oil, the transmission oil and the axle oil, and that can increase the fuel efficiency to the tune of around 5.5%, along with reduced emissions, and is targeted mainly for the fleet operators and the STUs, the state transport units. Indian Oil has successfully done a trial of these green combo lubricants at Kadamba Transport Corporations for the period April 21 to May 22. During these trials, the fuel efficiency benefit established is to the tune of around 5.5%. In the selected 8 number of buses which were done this test run. Based on these results, Kadamba Transport converted a fleet of 92 buses at Parvarim Depot to green combo lubricants. Coming to LPG, another very important day-to-day products for the consumers. The variants we have introduced different categories. One is called the Indian Extra Tej. Indian Oil started marketing Indian Extra Tej for the commercial usage. The benefits of this includes increasing the flame temperature by around 65 degrees centigrade vis-a-vis the normal LPG. It also leads to saving in consumption of LPG by minimum 5%, as also the saving in the cooking time by around 14%. There is another variant in the market, that is Indian Nanocut. Indian Nanocut is additized LPG which provides higher flame temperature than normal LPG. It is around 2300 degrees centigrade vis-a-vis the normal LPG which is around 1700 to 1800 degrees centigrade. And is suitable for cutting high thickness steel plates. So basically it is an alternative to the acetylene. It is around 75% cheaper and safer alternative to current oxyacetylene cutting process. So it is an excellent product again available in the market which can be leveraged mainly for the cutting purpose. Last year we launched another, we have grown up seeing this mundane cylinders. So every household is having that. In fact, last year we launched the composite LPG cylinder which is displayed here. It is a 3-layered construction made up of a blow molded PET and metallic inner liner covered with a composite layer of polymer wrapped fiberglass and fitted with a HDPE outer jacket. It is much lighter than the conventional cylinder. It is easier to handle. Customer also can see the level of LPG inside. It is much safer than the steel cylinder. Above all, I think you can see from here itself, it is having a very aesthetic look. It is available in 2 variants, a 5 kg as well as the 10 kg cylinders. Indian Oil has also launched this, pioneered the launch of the 5 kg FTL, the free trade LPG cylinder. Also, we have coined the name Chotu. In fact, our Honorable Chairman has given this name, and which is available from the Kirana Store supermarket. Thus becoming the first PSU oil company in the country to replicate the international model of making available LPG cylinders from corner stores, Kirana stores, for the convenience of its customers. Only to have a connections, you need only identity proof. No address proof is required. The customers can use the FTL cylinders in any city as per his or her convenience. If the cylinders are brought from the POS, the point of sale, the customer has the option of buyback with a fixed amount of rupees 500 per cylinder, irrespective of the age of the cylinder. Another, being a responsible corporates, we are having some social objectives, so all these green initiatives have been launched. Another things which Indian Oil is working upon is basically the solarization. So, huge number of outlets across the country as well as the supply locations are being solarized. And most of the captive use, we are targeting to generate the electricity by using the solar power only. In fact, in state of Goa, already 10 of our outlets are solarized, and there is a plan to solarize 4 more outlets in the current financial year. Also, we are having the plan to solarize our Vasco terminal in near future. CNG is again a transition fuel, which is also available at 7 of our retail outlets in Goa, and we are having a plan and to add another 2 more in near future. Coming to the EV segment, that is also a growing segment, and many cars are transitioning from the fuel to the EV. So keeping that thing in mind also for the convenience of the customers, 10 EV charging stations have been set up at our retail outlets and 3 more in process. I thank you for your time, for allowing me to share with you few of our environment-friendly initiatives. The old saying goes, whoever has seen Goa need not visit Lisbon, which captures to the essence of the natural beauty and grandeur of Goa. We need to preserve this ecosystem, and Indian Oil is committed with its motto of Valley Indian Feed Oil, will continue to launch customer-centric offerings, keeping sustainability at its core to ensure a green planet for us as well as for the future generation. It is indeed a pleasure. Once again, we are meeting, I think, what Mr. Sureshji said, after 3 years. The COVID has taken away the precious 3 years from us, but we will continue. We have come back almost to the normal now, though we have to keep all the precautions. But I think the age-old practice of meeting with you all will continue in the near future. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai India.
One is in Singapore.
So supply will come from there. That's the plan.
Yeah.
I wanted
Very good questions. I think that is a confusion in the mind of the customers. I should not say confusion, it is apprehensions. So I am responsibility. Effectively, it is a cheaper fuel. Cost-wise, it is around 3.7 rupees costlier, vis-a-vis the normal diesel. But as told by one of the customers, whatever the saving you are saying, to the tune of 50 to 20%, I am not claiming that, but we can safely claim the saving is to the tune of 5 to 6% minimum. But most of the customers are saying 15 to 20%. I am not saying this single customers, across the board they are saying 15 to 20%. Even if you consider 5% saving, when you consider cost of the diesel is 100 rupees approximately, so saving is per litre 5 rupees minimum. So cost wise, if it is 3.5 rupees costlier, by savings it is giving a net effective benefit of around 1.5 rupee. So it is a cheaper product and the quality no match, all advantages. So it is cheaper, greener and better product. So what a customer needs, customer always wants a cheaper product, a better product at a cheaper price. So this is one product which we are offering, a better product at a cheaper price.
All India sales of green diesel has increased. How is the response? Like you launched it in other states.
It
So
is
far.
growing, ma'am. I can tell you all India figures right now I don't have. But as far as the Maharashtra's, in fact I am looking after Maharashtra and Goa state. So we started last year around 6-7 KL इसी period में sale हुआ था. 1 minute. We sold around 6 KL. Of course, that time it was a launching time, and this year we have sold around 10,691 KL. I can tell you month by month or day-wise sale. Earlier we used to sell around 20 KL per day across Maharashtra and Goa. Yesterday's sale was around 184 KL. So within a span of 3-4 months, our sale has grown from around 20 KL per day to 180 KL per day.
So you spoke about the EVs which taking place. This will impact any industries?
I don't think. Yes, every energy will have its pie in the basket. You see, the Indian context, the energy consumption is much lower compared to the developed nations like the Europe and US. So while it is true that all alternate energies and other fuels will have some inroads, but there will be a growth in the total energy consumption. So keeping that in mind, in the next 20-25 years, the fuel product will show its growth, will have its growth. So while they will also grow, the other products will also come into play.
सर आपके गोवा में इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल चार्जिंग स्टेशन है, खाली 10 है, उनमें लोग बहुत सारे लोगों को वो चार्जिंग स्टेशन नहीं, इसलिए वो व्हीकल नहीं ले रहे हैं, तो वो बढ़ाने की कुछ ये है क्या संभावना?
हमारा टोटल आउटलेट आज के दिन में 37 है
ऑयल का
हमारा इंडियन ऑयल का, ठीक है। बाकी कंपनी का है हमारा 37 आउटलेट्स में 10 पे है। अनदर 4 में इसी साल में हम लोग ऐड करने चाह रहे हैं। इन कमिंग ईयर्स हमारा प्लान रहेगा अनदर 10 लोकेशंस में ऐड करने का। So with that we will have around 24 locations with the EV stations.
So you are adding 10 more outlets, electric vehicle outlets.
4 right now,
Right. Okay. And 10 more.
10 more in
Sir, petrol and fuel consumption has recovered from the pandemic totally. What would you say?
It has
In Goa,
recovered. In
Goa.
fact, diesel it is growing. Diesel it has surpassed the earlier consumptions. So petrol is sometimes I think last month it was up compared to pre-COVID अभी तक touch नहीं कर रहा है
Okay.
petrol में. So but it will grow. The way it is coming back, yeah, it should grow. But diesel it is of course it is growing. It has
What
diesel.
was the pre-COVID per day? Any indication?
I don't have the figures right
Yeah.
now, but we are checking. So I think अभी तुम्हारे पास होगा.
क्वालिटी और जो वन
No, Goa.
Goa, something like
हाँ
Goa.
वो
yeah.
तो
गोवा का होगा ना? Much figures में आ जाएंगे. We'll share with you this. Generally, depending, you see, so for solar you need some space to lay the panels. So generally in the retail outlet, whatever space we are having in the sales building, so top. तो जो area मिलता है, so उसी area में we provide the solarizations, whatever capacity can be installed. So at times the installed capacity may not be fully sufficient to cater to the requirement. But I am telling you, solar is a very noble initiative, good initiative. Apart from the environment friendly things, it is also beneficial for any user, whoever is installing it. The return on investment is around 3 years max, if it is properly done. And thereafter, because there is hardly any maintenance, so uske baad whatever the electricity is generated, that is free of cost for the customers. So 3 साल में तो उसका return आ जाए. So we are planning wherever possible we should provide the solar. It is very excellent initiative, I should say. Only thing we need some space.
But any plans to have a fully solar retail outlet? Is that possible?
We have not planned anything for Goa as of now, but taking a cue from you, definitely we will look into see if any one of the solar retail outlets having some sufficient space, we can convert it into 100% solar. That we will work it definitely.
करीब 770 के
770 के अभी पहले pre-COVID
कोविड फुल ईयर
divided by 2. It is more. Vis-a-vis 730 KL per day. Now it is around 770 KL per day.
This is petrol.
Petrol.
This is 730 is pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. And 770 is as on date.
And diesel?
It is a 1 minute.
Okay, just so that I don't repeat the queries, if you could give us a breakup of petrol, diesel, and LPG, pre-COVID, post-COVID, to help us understand whether we've reached pre-COVID levels, breached pre-COVID levels, and to get an idea of where does Goa stand in terms of fuel consumption, because I believe Goa has the highest per capita consumption of petrol at least at some point. Is that true?
ये थोड़ा कैलकुलेट करके विल रिवर्ट.
Okay, thanks.
कोई इशू है तो प्लीज स्पेसिफिक कोई केस होने से हम लोग को ये कीजिए, बिकॉज वी आर हैविंग ए प्री डिलीवरी चेक. ग्राहकों को सप्लाई देने के पहले उनको चेक करके दिखाने का हम लोग दिखाने का सिस्टम है. तो अगर कस्टमर को उसके बारे में और भी ज़्यादा जानकारी होना चाहिए, एंड वो आई थिंक वो कोशिश जारी है.
वो कोई ऐसा
वो करने से उसी टाइम पता चल जाएगा. अगर कोई अगर कम आ रहा है वो चेक से ही पता चल जाता है.
यहाँ की डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनी है ना, कोई भी अपने व्हीकल में वो वजन काटा नहीं रखते, इसलिए ग्राहक को उसको अपने को वजन करके दे दो बोला तो नहीं मिलता है ऐसा, वो डायरेक्ट लाते रहते हैं।
जो डिलीवरी मैन
Delivery, हाँ,
बेसिकली
वही।
जो घर पे जाते हैं सर, उनके पास जो साहब ने बताया वो इक्विपमेंट रहता है, बट
रहना चाहिए, लेकिन यहाँ पर
इंडियन ऑयल
नहीं
का
है।
आज तक सर ऐसा कोई हमारे पास है नहीं, बट इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग प्लीज
हाँ, एक इससे, हाँ।
अगर किसी जगह में इंडियन का कोई कंप्लेन आता है, हमारा अधिकारी को प्लीज आप इसमें नॉलेज में लाइए। वी आर कमिटेड दैट हमारा कस्टमर ग्राहकों को कोई परेशानी ना आए। अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, विल डेफिनेटली लुक इनटू दैट।
आपका सिलेंडर का कनेक्शन कितना है गोवा में?
15
15,000।
वो 14,700 एग्जैक्टली।
ऑल ओवर गोवा कौन सा एरिया
गोवा,
आपका
गोवा।
specific?
एक्चुअली
गोवा, नॉर्थ गोवा
एलपीजी में इंडियन ऑयल इज नॉट दैट
हमारा नेटवर्क इधर थोड़ा लिमिटेड है।
एचपीसी बीटीसी पहले सैचुरेटेड था, बाद में हम लोग उसे, तो उसमें एलपीजी पर से हम लोग उतना
टोटल 63 है, उसमें हमारे 5 ही है जैसे, और एक अभी इंडियन
सर आपका सिलेंडर 14,700 बोल रहे हैं ना, और आपको-
कस्टमर।
14,700
जी।
वो आपको कम नहीं लगता है क्या गोवा के हिसाब से? मतलब 15 लाख से ऊपर पॉपुलेशन
नहीं है बेसिकली वही, जैसे साहब ने बताया हमारा नेटवर्क इधर थोड़ा हम लोग बाद में
उसी तरह।
नेटवर्क
एक्चुअली इंडियन ऑयल का प्रेजेंस नहीं था गोवा में पहले, उसी टाइम बीपीसी एचपीसी ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश था। सो जनरली कस्टमर्स, तो इट इज नॉट लाइक पेट्रोल डीजल से कोई भी जगह में सेटअप होगा, कस्टमर्स हैज द ऑप्शन। अगर कस्टमर किसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं तो नेचुरली जनरली रहता है। अभी थोड़ा चेंज हुआ विद इन कंपनी, थोड़ा इधर से उधर जा सकता है, बट पहले एक ग्राहक अगर कोई डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के अगर एनरोल हो जाते थे तो उनके साथ ही जुड़े रहते थे। तो मोटा मोटा सैचुरेटेड मार्केट में हम लोग एंट्री किए, तो इसीलिए हमारा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर का नंबर्स भी बहुत कम है, ग्राहकों का नंबर्स भी कम है।
ग्राहक बढ़ाने के लिए आपका क्या फ्यूचर में कुछ है क्या? ग्राहक के बारे में कुछ ऐसा योजना कुछ है?
क्या चीज़ का?
मतलब कम देने में, नहीं तो ऑफर कुछ ऐसा आगे का प्लान कुछ है कस्टमर के?
एलपीजी का ग्राहक तो देखिए फिक्स, अगर गवर्नमेंट कुछ पॉलिसी चेंज आता है देन वी कैन थिंक इनटू, अदरवाइज तो अभी तो जो नंबर्स है डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है अमंग द ऑयल कंपनीज, उसमें जो नया ग्राहक है वो नया ग्राहक को लेने के लिए हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं विद ऑल द बेटर सर्विस एंड फैसिलिटीज, वो कोशिश जारी रहता है। And we are coming up with all these facilities, na? These new products. This thing is available with IOC.
कंपोजिट
Composite cylinders.
तो देख सकते हो कितना-
छोटू हमारा 2 वेरिएंट है, इनफैक्ट एक छोटू है, मुन्ना भी है। So 2 kgs. Basically, if the drivers want to travel, अगर कोई ट्रक ड्राइवर्स लेके जाना चाहता है कुछ चीज, पहले तो कुछ स्टोव लेके जाते थे, so now we have come up with the 2 kg cylinders also, so they can carry that also along with it. So that is in the testing phase. अभी तक सब जगह में लॉन्च नहीं हुआ है, आने वाले टाइम में ये होगा।
So people are buying these small cylinders. Are they buying? Is there a demand?
Yes, it's coming up. It is coming up. It is getting. It is a new product which has been introduced. It is getting. We are popularizing it, and I think with more knowledge, the demand will increase further.
So the government has been talking about flexi fuel.
Mixed.
Okay.
It is additive mixed. In fact, we are having we are adding already ethanol.
Ethanol, 10%.
So around 10% ethanol is there. So the target is to go up to 20%.
Okay.
In fact, for the flexi fuels in Pune, we are having one outlet which is having 100% ethanol also. So
Okay.
as the demand generates, we will come up with more and more outlets to have the flexi fuels.
So that demand right now doesn't exist in Goa.
Not to that extent, because very high-end cars they need at times the 100%
High
ethanol,
octane fuel.
very high octane. High octane तो हमारा 100 है.
100. Just curious, what's the demand for the for higher octane in Goa? Do you see a lot of high-end cars here?
You see, Goa comparatively area-wise it is not compared to other metros, but still there is a Hira Petroleum here which is selling decent XP 100 each and every day. 200 liters बेचते हैं, तो 200 liters is not a small
Per day,
number.
yeah, that's
Per
also-
day, it's not a small number. किए जस्ट फॉर दिस इधर में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर हम लोग अभी हाल ही में सिलेक्ट किए जस्ट टू प्रमोट दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स ये सब प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करने के लिए।
हमारे वहाँ पर जो किराना दुकान